Hey y'all, it's How Fine is Jasmine, and Rissa Quan had to go to couples therapy. Oh my gosh, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's check it out.
I'm sure you guys are probably wondering what's going on. Why did we have you guys here? Just like any other couple or adults in relationships, we go through relationship problems. We tend to argue, and for these past few months, we've been bucking heads a lot, right? Can you agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
So there's this.
I'm sorry to pause this, but that's very normal in relationships, guys. Don't fret. Couples aren't perfect. It's what happens. It's if they can't sustain and surpass the troubles to get back to the good times.
Saying that no one's more honest than a kid. And no offense, Keandra, I know you're a teenager, you're a young teen, and Majesty, you're a preteen. But we decided today to get some relationship advice from you guys.
Yes. So pretty much you guys are going to be our therapists today. You guys know what therapists are, right?
Yeah.
What's your definition of like a therapist?
Person that helps you through hard times.
Okay, what would you say a therapist is?
Someone that is there to support you and like lead you on the right path.
Not bad.
And I agree with them. Yeah, like children, they're fine. They're innocent. They're young. They're straight to the point. They don't sugarcoat. They've never been in a long-term serious relationship before. No trauma, no nothing. So I'm interested.
Oh, good definition.
All right, so today you guys are going to be our therapists. We have some relationship issues that we're going to be expressing to you guys, and we want you guys to help us out with our problems.
And give us your
Give us
like
an answer.
honest advice.
Yeah, a solution to our issues.
Exactly. Okay, so this is something that Quan and I sometimes argue about. I feel like Quan is always on his phone. And we sometimes buck heads over this because he doesn't feel like he's on his phone a lot. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking to him, he doesn't even hear.
Okay, I'm sorry. Before we get into this video, I understand what they're trying to do. I understand. But when you put family in your relationship problems, it allows them to choose a side. It allows them, it allows them in your relationship too much. I also feel like if I'm in a relationship with a guy and I bring him here and I have my mom talk to us, because she's my mom, we cannot say that she's not going to be biased, because considering that she's known me longer. So that could be a problem. And also, I think it's best if couples work out stuff by themselves. I think the more people that you add into your relationship, it hurts you, because now you have to deal with all these people's opinions. And it just adds unnecessary stress on top of the stuff that you go through in general and being in a relationship. So, yeah. I don't think this is a good idea. This is a good video. Good idea? No. I think they should have just went to therapy. Sorry. I advise all couples, leave your family out of it. There's some stuff that y'all just can't tell your family. It is what it is.
What do you guys feel like a solution to this is?
Don't be on your phone.
All right, so here's the thing. She feels as if I'm on my phone too much, but I feel like I'm not really on my phone as much as she feels I am.
You are.
Okay, all right, so if you're saying that, then that means I'm on my phone too much.
Yeah,
right?
see?
So you're saying that I should stay
I don't get that. Are y'all understanding this? Why does it take for a little kid to tell you that you're on your phone too much for you to listen? You have your wife right there. Fiance, sorry. Right there. Is her word not enough? And I'm not trying to start an argument or no fight or be mean, but I'm just being real. Like, what?
phone and you're
Put it
saying
down a
that
little
I
more.
am on my phone too much. much, right?
Well, maybe you should I don't know, the phones have the timers. Maybe you should time yourself on how much you're on the phone.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Okay.
So kind of like track the amount of hours you're on your phone.
So I can prove to Rissa that I'm not on my phone that much, right?
No, that's not what she was saying.
No.
She's saying set a number of hours that you're on your phone throughout the day. Like maybe
I thought you said like set a tracker where I think
Okay, now he's doing too much. He's doing too much.
on your phone you can
I think it does that, like your screen time.
Yeah.
track your screen time. So I can show proof that I'm not on my phone as much as Rissa.
But if it's 13 hours.
If it is, then okay, then I can admit that I'm on my phone too much and I need to fix that.
So I took that as, okay, we come to an agreement, like what's a good number of hours for you to be on your phone every day? And you just track your hours, you do that, and then you're off your phone.
Okay.
That's a good solution.
But I gotta be fair though. Everybody's on their phone. And then on top of that, he has 2 kids, he has a fiance. People do certain things as a getaway, you know. He can spend a lot of time on his phone just in the bathroom or something, but you're right. But I feel like the conversation needs to be, well, what's their getaway? How do you get away from your family? Because I've seen in other videos that he said that they are with each other 24/7, and that might be a problem. So I feel like, sorry, y'all, a dog. So I feel like asking him, like, what do you use to get away, your me time? And his phone might be his me time. But yeah, I just want to say that putting family and strangers into your relationship, although this is supposed to be a fun little video, I don't think you all or they realize how much this is hurting their their relationship by allowing strangers and people into their relationship problems. But this is their job. YouTube is their job. But I just pray and hope they don't do another video like this, because there's just some things that just don't need to be talked about online. And your relationship problems definitely deserve to be private.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Keandra.
Yeah. Okay, so something Quan and I sometimes argue about is that when he gets upset, he gets very loud. And I don't really like that. It kind of makes me upset because, yeah, like I said, I just don't like to be yelled at, I guess. And I just feel like sometimes you could just like talk.
Well, I feel like he really shouldn't be yelling at you. If you're in a relationship, you should just try to talk it out with your partner. Not always resort to just yelling out your frustrations and stuff.
And this is why they need to just go to therapy, because like I said, she doesn't know a real relationship, which is the beauty of having kids' opinions, but also that could be a deficit. Because if you go to the therapist, everybody knows that you will one day yell at your partner during an argument. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. You can do things to try to limit that, which I recommend. Go to therapy to find out those ways on how to implement that. But it's going to happen. You know, that's that side of marriage or relationships that you unfortunately can't pick and choose to deal with or not. I just think that, this is the hard part about asking a kid questions.
You can always just talk. That's what partners are here to do. They're here to reassure you. Since you guys are together, you want to stay together, obviously.
Okay. It's not like he does it every single time, but when he gets upset, he gets loud. I'm more the one that could stay a little calmer, but I get upset once he gets upset. You know?
But I agree though. When you start yelling, when you get up, every time you get upset, or majority of the time that you get upset, you're yelling, you definitely need to, there's something more that you're not saying that's causing you to get more riled up to the point of yelling majority of the time when you are upset. And yeah. Because if I'm yelling at my partner every time we get into an argument, or majority of the time, then there's something else that's hindering our relationship that's not being talked about, that maybe we don't realize. But in turn, I think all couples need to go to therapy.
So that's kind of where we butt Sometimes he feels like I should just give him space and then he could come back when he's.
Oh, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. Giving your partner space when they're mad, bro. I'm the same way. I'm the same way, Quan. When I get really mad, like really upset, I need space because I'll end up saying things that I don't mean, and I know that. So I express to my partner, like, hey, when I'm really upset, can you just, and I forget to walk away, can you just do me a favor and say, hey, babe, I think you're getting a little too upset. Why don't we just stop this conversation right now? It doesn't mean that I don't want to talk about it. It doesn't mean that I want to be mad or I'm not trying to hear you out. It's just that I don't want us to say things we don't mean or continue to yell at each other because we're not listening to each other when we're yelling. So let's just take a break and come back, okay? Like, I'm one of those people, y'all. I need to take a break. I can't. If I'm really mad, I need space. I need it. And if I realize that I do something wrong, I will come back and apologize. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but just give me some time to cool down and I'm going to apologize. But I think me and Quan share that same thing. When we get upset, you know, we just need to take a break.
You don't just try to run away from your problems. Like, you guys still need to talk them out. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
And that's not running away from your problems. That's just realizing that if I stay in this conversation, I'm going to say things that I don't mean, and it's going to hurt you and our relationship even worse. And if the partner doesn't realize that, if the other person doesn't realize that that is actually helping the relationship by establishing boundaries, then I think that they need to find their way on how they cope with when things get too heated and maybe they haven't found their way.
This is one problem that we tend to have frequently. I feel like Rissa's not affectionate enough with me. Like, I am a man, but just like women, we need love too, right? You agree? I feel like I don't get enough kisses, hugs, cuddles. Sometimes.
But you know what? That I hear that a lot when it comes to couples when they have kids, that after they have kids, the affection just isn't there anymore. And I actually hear a lot, not saying that this is Quan's issue, but I actually hear a lot that a lot of men can't handle the fact of all their love and attention getting taken away by their kids from their woman. They don't like that, you know. And honestly, I feel like it's a hard thing to balance the love for your husband, fiance / kids, because that's a lot of energy that you're constantly giving out as a woman every day. You got somebody always on you. You got somebody that's always want to kiss you and love you or hug you. Kids always want to be held. Like, women don't necessarily, when they're married and have kids, get a lot of, okay, can I have my body to myself, But so I feel like that's a hard thing to deal with. So I can understand Rissa's pain and I can understand his pain too as well, because it's like anybody that is in love with their partner, they want to be on them,
I want to be the little spoon. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I don't get that enough from her, so.
Well, you could try and bring it up to her, talking about how you don't feel loved enough and like that she doesn't show you enough affection and love.
Do you think I should stop showing her affection and love since she doesn't show me enough? No.
That would just bring more power.
I was petty a few times, and there were times where I was like, okay, since you're not showing me enough affection and love, I'm not going to show you any. And things went bad.
So did he say that to her after expressing to her that he needed love? Or did he just do that and not give her love without having that conversation with her first? Because we can't read each other's minds. If you don't tell me, I don't know.
Yeah, so, okay, talk to her about it more and say we still had this issue after our talk, then what?
Yeah, y'all need real therapy. That's not something a kid can fix, honestly. Like, you know. And I honestly feel like all of these things are stuff that I've heard in normal relationships. These are problems that normal relationships have. They just really needed to go to therapy, like, for real. Like, don't play around with your marriage. Get this shit off YouTube. Go to therapy. Cause y'all not even married yet. Y'all, y'all are still fiancés. Y'all just had your kids. Y'all are planning a wedding and planning another kid down the line. Whatever issues y'all have need to be worked out right now. For real.
Then what am I supposed to do, bro?
I don't know.
You know?
I mean,
Because
what is there really to do?
Okay, so this one might sound a little silly, but it's something that we actually end up arguing about. So sometimes Shaquan just randomly slaps my butt. And I hate it. It's annoying.
Serious? Why is that something in my like? I love that. I mean, it does get annoying, but it's like, at least you know he like it,
I mean, it's like a form of like love.
Yeah.
It's an expression of love
Yeah.
from me, It's
Not
like a
when you
little
do
love
it
tap.
annoying though.
I know it's a little TMI for you guys. It's a little gesture of love, and at first, Rissa liked it, but as our relationship progressed and we put some time in, now Rissa hates it.
I think she doesn't like it. Back to what I was saying, like she has kids that are constantly like, I don't know if she breastfed or anything, or she has kids so she's constantly holding them, or she might just have like, she just wants her body to herself, She just had kids. Like, was it back to back? I don't know. I'm not sure how long it's been since she had both her kids, but and then plus, like I said, or like they said, they don't spend a lot of time away from each other, so that could be, why she doesn't want to be touched a lot. It's like, man, like I just want to have some to myself, a boob to myself, my arm, my ass,
How he does it, you guys. He's like annoying with it. You guys know Shaquan. He hates when I do it to him.
No, alright, that's a different story. Yeah. She doesn't like it anymore. I'm just like, babe, I'm just trying to show you love. We argue, like, she'll get an attitude with me, and I'll be like, damn, like, what's all that for? I just tapped your butt to show you some love.
Okay. Maybe you should like limit yourself.
She wants affection. She also wants me
I don't mind
to
him
show
doing
love
it.
to her body.
It's just how he does it. It's annoying. Well, how do you? No, he wants it like that.
Oh my god, don't drag it.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
It's different
always
with
do
a
it
love
like that.
tap, like.
I mean, if I'm gonna smack it, I'm gonna smack it.
Alright.
What's your opinion on it?
I guess softer.
So would you like it if I tapped it softly?
Yeah.
There was times where I tried to take that route, and Rissa was like, what was that? That wasn't hard enough, so I had to step it up. But
Rissa, come on, you gotta decide which one you want. You can't be like that. Nah, you want it hard or soft?
I will be more gentle.
This one is probably gonna sound like it's not that serious, but it's serious to me. So sometimes I just want like a foot rub. Something as simple as a foot rub. Okay, I've been asking Quan for a foot rub for months now, and I literally haven't gotten one. Like, yeah, I could obviously go book a foot rub and go get a massage or whatever, but like, I want him to give me a foot rub. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you give me a foot rub? He should just give you one. Period. Like, what's so hard about it?
First off, you're on your feet all day, and like, you were pregnant, so you deserve it.
I got foot rubs when I was pregnant, but it's like since I had Xavier, I don't know what happened. I haven't gotten a foot rub. Like, it's been months. So yeah, I've been wanting a foot rub. Like, Xavier.
That's another thing, keep doing what you're doing in your relationship, regardless of what is going on. that's hard for some people. A lot of people don't realize, oh shit, like I haven't done this in a minute. Let me do it, until somebody points it out. But honestly, if you are missing something, don't be afraid to say that. Hey, babe, like, can you please, like, give me a foot rub? But do it while you're doing something for them. It helps. Mm-hmm. Or maybe in times of intimacy, that's the perfect time to ask your partner for something that you really love.
7 months, hello. So yeah, I'm like, where's my foot rub? And then he'll be like, yeah, I'll do it later. And then he never does it. And I hope he doesn't.
Another problem that we have is, it's in the woman's nature for them to have very bad attitudes. And I feel like over like the smallest, simplest things, Rissa would catch a very, very, very stinky attitude with me. I don't like it, so we tend to argue because of that.
You can try and be more careful about what you do and say, because, like you said, they are pretty moody. So you just have to make sure you don't say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing.
Okay, so when she does catch an attitude for whatever I've done, right? How should I deal with it? Because sometimes I get mad too. Like if she gives me an attitude, I'll get upset. Like, what is all that?
Your partner getting mad is not the good time for you to get mad. I'm just saying this to anybody, the woman, man, whatever. If I'm mad, that is not a time for you to be mad. Now we're just both mad instead of fixing the problem. And when I'm mad, I need you to be like, hey, babe, what's going on? What can I do? What can we do? And if you want the same treatment whenever you're mad, I will do the same thing for you. But if you're not starting that, then it becomes a lot.
And then we argue like, can I do something differently to avoid that?
And I think a lot of men need to know that you set the tone, you set the dynamic. So if you start doing something, naturally the house will follow. When it comes to rules, when it comes to how we're going to do things in this house, if the man decides, hey, this is how we're going to do it, naturally the kids, the wife decide, okay, we'll follow. Especially if this is something ethical, moral. So you have to start it off with, okay, you're mad, baby, I'm sorry. What can we do? You have to start that off.
Try to be more lenient with her and talk about what you did that made her catch an attitude, so then you know for future reference what not to do and what to do.
Okay.
Perfect advice.
That sounds about right. Thanks, Max. You guys are still kids, so you guys know nothing about having children. But when you have children, especially more than one, it's very hard to find time to yourself. And one thing that Rissa and I have been struggling with is finding time to ourselves.
Didn't I just say that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
alone time, which means like being able to do our hobbies or just chill out on our own.
That's what I'm saying. His phone might be his me time. That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to start asking more questions about each other and stop acting like y'all know each other, even though it's been some time. Yes, I understand. He's your fiance, she's your fiance, etc. Y'all have kids, but it seems like y'all still need to learn each other and get to know each other, because y'all are going to change. The house is going to change, especially with 2 kids. Y'all are not going to be the same people or have the same dynamic as before. So,
like hang out with our friends or
Quan, he likes to go to the gym and work out.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get back into reading, because I used to love to read, things like that.
We tend to argue because we both become frustrated because we feel like all we're doing is parenting.
Well, I know sometimes that you guys drop the kids to us, but that's usually to work on videos and stuff.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe twice a week you could just drop the kids to us, and one day you could just work on videos, and the other day you can just relax and do whatever.
Okay, so have you guys
Dedicate.
and I want to say this too. YouTubers are people that have a lot of time home. Just because you are a stay-at-home mom or you work from home, it doesn't mean that you don't require time away from your kids. You need it. I understand, It saves money, it saves time. Who's gonna watch my kids? Okay, but I don't want to burden everybody else with my kids. Okay, then put them in things, put them in activities, put them in, stop feeling bad. If people want to watch your kids, if your mom want to watch your kids, whoever that you trust, let them do that. Just because you're able to stay home with the kids all the time, it doesn't mean that you should. You deserve to pour into yourself. And it doesn't make you a bad mom or father for needing time away from your kids and needing to work on your marriage too. It's very important.
Yeah, have a sitter. Okay.
You could try and tell someone in advance. Like Rissa could tell you, or you could tell Rissa in advance that you would want a day to go out and work on yourself. So that she knows that day that she's gonna have to be with the kids alone and all that.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Like, I do be wanting alone time, just like Rissa wants alone time, but we don't want to put both of the kids on just one of us. I feel guilty doing that.
Quan feels guilty. I don't really feel guilty about it.
Oh, well, she doesn't feel bad. But I be feeling bad. Why? Because there's situations where
sometimes
when we're both home with the kids and I try to sneak off into the garage and get a nice little workout in, and 5 minutes later, one of the boys is screaming, and then the house sounds chaotic. I have to come back inside. I have to stop.
That's what kids do. Kids scream, kids yell. Kids will always be kids. It doesn't mean you should stop doing what you should do. Kids scream and yell. That's what they do. Keep working out. Keep doing you. Keep being in your zone. You married Rissa. You put a baby in her because you knew she was going to be a good mom. Without you here, she's going to handle it. She's going to take care of it. She's got it. She's fine. You trust her enough to marry her. You trust her enough to birth kids. You need to trust her enough to be able to handle that. And I'm not saying he doesn't trust her, but I'm just saying, it's okay.
But that's only if I'm working, though. That's if.
Yeah, but
this doesn't happen if he's just doing that. It's if I'm editing or something, and it's something I need to focus on for work, and then I can't because they're screaming in the background, So it's different. But I feel like what Mash said would work really nicely. If we just dedicate even one day a month or something, saying this day I want to do this and have alone time, and that person just knows for whatever X amount of hours, no matter what, even if they're bugging, crying, whatever, that other person still gets their time, right?
Or even when you guys do that, someone could come over and help you, Majesty or mom and dad or something.
Yeah.
Or you could come over to our house.
It sounds so easy, but again, just like we have lives, everyone else has lives.
Yeah,
so
we don't want to just.
Not everyone is. Yeah, we don't always want to put
our responsibility,
our kids, or our responsibility on anyone else. And also, sometimes people get busy; they have things to do also. So in those situations, it's just us with the kids.
Yeah, it's hard to balance sometimes, but yeah, that's something that we kind of argue about sometimes. So another thing that we sometimes argue about is sometimes when Jaquan gets grumpy or in a bad mood for whatever reason, it probably doesn't even have to do with me or the kids or anything, maybe just outside things he's going through. He tends to take it out on me. I feel like sometimes he doesn't realize it, but he does do that, and he takes out his frustrations on me, and obviously I don't like that.
You can talk about them to your partner, but I don't think you should just be taking out all your anger on them, because it's not their fault. It's not your fault or anyone else's. Mm-hmm. They should be mature enough to know.
And this happens, y'all. I don't want y'all to judge Quan or Rissa for these type of things, because it happens in a normal relationship, whether or not we really realize it or not. Relationships just take a lot, y'all. They are very beautiful. They produce amazing fruits, but they do have it's challenges, and it takes work. And I hope y'all are realizing that. But it's a beautiful blessing that comes out of that work that you put in.
That it's not the right thing to do, and it's kind of I don't know, toxic to do that.
Toxic.
Yeah.
So Quan's being toxic.
No, I'm not saying that, but like just doing that, I find like toxic. Like I wouldn't want my partner to do that to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like take things out on you that has nothing to do with you. Yeah, it sometimes just happens, but it happens often, so like that's why I get upset.
And do you try to talk to him about it? Like,
yeah, I try to talk to him about it, but sometimes when people do that, they don't always realize that they're doing it. It's just you're gonna notice it because you feel it coming your way.
But what other, like, being nosy as fuck right now, what other things that could be bothering Quan outside of kids and Rissa? Like, y'all are fine financially, like, y'all are doing good, you know? It's not really much y'all have to worry about. You don't have to call into the boss or anything. Like, you know. But then again, I don't know what that life has to deal with, what they have to deal with, but like, I'm just curious. I'm being nosy now since they've opened up their relationship to us. I just want to know, what is driving Quan to take his anger out on Rissa?
You know, so that's why we argue. He's like, he doesn't feel like he's doing it, but I know he's doing it.
So we do have 2 babies, and it becomes stressful sometimes. It's tough handling 2, especially when we had 2 under 2. Rissa's already talking about having another baby. I don't feel like we're quite ready to have another.
And I agree. Just based off this video, which is a normal video, everything that I've said sounds like a normal relationship. But not until y'all go to therapy.
Yet, but at the same time, I don't want to be selfish and not give my fiance what she wants. You know what I'm saying?
You could try to explain to her why you think that you're not ready for another kid yet, and then like try and make an understanding.
She doesn't feel the stress that I feel sometimes. You know, so she's like, okay, having 2 kids.
And I want to say that a lot of men do go uncared for, especially when the woman is pregnant, because it's all about her, and when the kids come, it's all about the kids. So I think it's very important to make time for the man. Make it about him, you know. And I was just thinking about that, you know, recently, you know, when we go out to eat, you know, it's, well, what do I want? What does a woman want? What do the kids want? You know, sometimes we have to think about what the man wants, you know, more often than ourselves. And I'm not saying Rissa isn't doing that, but, you know, I feel like there is that problem in their relationship where he doesn't feel like he's getting enough love from Rissa. And then what he's saying now,
It's not that bad because she's used to watching you guys since y'all was small. I only have one younger sibling that wasn't that far apart in age with me, so like I wasn't used to being around children, but like this parenting stuff is pretty easy for Rissa, as you can tell. So yeah, she's like, 2 kids is a breeze. We need to have another one. She wants to have all her kids by 30, and she wants to have another baby. But I don't know. I feel like we should wait a little bit. But again, I don't want to be selfish and not give her what she wants.
I forgot how old Rissa is, but honestly, that's what most women want, honestly. And having kids is definitely like, especially when you're married, it's okay, we both have to agree. Because if not, then resentment, especially when it comes to a child, that is not something that you want to have in the relationship.
You could try to explain to her it's more stressful for you than it is her. You could try to explain to her about your experience and your skills and all that. And try to explain to her that 3 is just a lot for you right now.
Yeah.
And that's true though. I don't know if Rissa had more time to, because she has more siblings, possibly, that she's used to raising babies and kids and stuff, but and then Quan isn't, and that's what he just said. But it's like, you have to be mindful of your partner not being around kids, or maybe didn't grow up changing diapers and stuff like that. It's just something to be mindful of, you know. yeah, I don't think there's nothing you can do to be ready to have kids. I think you just have them and have to get ready. Um, yeah, because we can talk about kids all day, but if you don't have them,
Appreciate you, Madge. Thanks, little bro.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for being our therapist today. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
What I learned from having a conversation with you guys is that I have a lot that I need to work on in our relationship, but I feel like y'all definitely gave us some good advice.
You guys really did, and I feel like kids sometimes just keep things like simple, like not everything's that deep, and you guys, made us know that.
Really simplified a lot.
okay. So I also wanted to say, like, Juan, back to what we were saying in the very beginning. It does not take a child to tell you what your wife has been telling you for some time to work on, you know? And that's just something that you want to take a look at. Because listen, if you're more prone to listen to anybody else than your fiance or your fiance first that's telling you, hey, this is something that you need to work on, then I think that's something that you need to fix really urgently, because there could be other things that she's telling you need to work on and you're not taking it serious until somebody else says it. And that's very important. It might make her feel like you're not listening to her. So, but yeah, hopefully this video didn't scare you. Everything sounded like normal relationship problems to me. But yeah. Thank you for watching. How Fun is Jasmine, Rissa Quan. Thank you.